What's up, guys? Welcome to Fantasy Smack Talk. I'm Dustin. I'm here with Nameco. Normally during the middle of the week we don't have that much actual NFL news to talk about, but there's actually a few developments going on. First thing, Crabtree finally signed. Now what does this mean for the fantasy world? Not that much. We would not run out and pick up Crabtree. We don't think he's going to have much value, at least for a few weeks while he's learning the offense. We'd let someone else pick him up. Now this might boost Shaun Hill's value just a little bit. He has one more weapon on offense, but we don't really see too much fantasy relevance out of this news.
And the next news is a mid-season trade, which doesn't happen often in the NFL, but Edwards went to the Jets. Now, before Jets fans and fantasy owners start going crazy about this trade, we think it only slightly increases Edwards' value. The thing to really keep in mind is the fact that Edwards punched LeBron James' friend in the face on Monday, and the next 2 days later he's kicked out of Cleveland.
His friend punched LeBron's friend is what they're saying. Whatever.
LeBron was pissed. He obviously controls Cleveland. He got him out. But, we'll talk about them in our basketball shows. Those should be up soon as well. And for the Browns side, they got Stuckey in this trade. Now, take a look at him. He might be worth an add in deeper leagues if he starts to produce. The guy to own, though, is Mohamed Massaqueen, or Kwai, or however the hell you say his name. He's a rookie at about $150 yards last week. He's the guy to look for in deeper leagues.
And one quick bit of injury news. It looks like Eli is going to be very questionable this week, which is going to affect Steve Smith and Manningham. So you just need to keep that in mind when you're looking at your teams and getting ready to set them up for Sunday.
All right, let's get into some trade questions that were posted in our forums. The first one's from JHorn21. He's in a dynasty league. He has a 2-year contract on McFadden. What do you do with him at this point?
Well, obviously you have 3 options. You can drop him, you can trade him, or you can hold on to him and hope for the best. You can't drop him. If you try to trade him, you're not going to get any value for him. So you're just going to have to hold on to him and hope for the best. So we can't really tell you more than that. The only way I would even think about dropping McFadden is if you're in a standard league where you're in a 100% absolute bind and you can't drop anyone else. You just got to hold on to him for now. All right, Brent, this one comes from Turby. He wants to know if he should trade Dallas Clark and Ryan Grant for Dante Rosario and Willis McGahee.
No. Do not do that trade. Here's the deal. Clark's right now is almost the number 1 tight end across the board in all leagues. So you'd be taking a huge downgrade at that. And so Willis McGahee, if he didn't get his touchdown last week receiving, he would have had an awful day. So he's going to be hit or miss every week to week. So he scares me a lot. Where Ryan Grant's going to get at least 20 plus carries. If he faced Minnesota, he was my dud for a reason. That's a tough run D. Do not do this trade. All right, Dustin. Deep Frost has a big one for us. Ray Rice, Bobby Wade, Kenny Britt, Vernon Davis, he'd be giving up. And in return, he'd get our boy Willis McGahee and Tony Gonzalez.
This is actually one where I would consider trading for McGahee. Let's just go through it. Bobby Wade, I don't even know how he has any trade value. Kenny Britt barely has any trade value. Then you get an obvious upgrade with Tony Gonzalez from Vernon Davis. And then I do have Ray Rice slightly above McGahee. But the main thing in this trade is you get 2 free roster spots. So if there's anyone on your waiver wire that you're at all interested in, go ahead, pull the trigger, use your 2 roster spots, go out in free agency and pick up a few guys with an upside. But I really think the tight end upgrade makes this trade worthwhile. All right, we got one more. This one comes from Trade123 Fantasy. He wants to know if he should trade Schaub for Peyton Manning.
Yeah, yes, 100%. Go ahead and accept right now. Here's the deal. Schaub's off to a hot start, true, but so is Peyton Manning. He's had 4 300-yard straight games, and it's Peyton freaking Manning. Do
this trade. So that's it for this week's show. We'll be back on Sunday, so get in those forums and post any trades or start sending questions, and we'll answer them on the Sunday show. Until then, we'll see you on Sunday.